And Johnny in Lamarck, Texas. Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
Hey, you know what white privilege means to me?
What?
It means that you could be a police officer or a politician and apologize the day after you say something totally obscene and racist and not suffer any other consequence. No decrease in pay, no demotion, nothing. Just say you're sorry, and it doesn't have to actually mean anything.
Well, not just say something offensive. It means that you can actually, like, beat up a person of color or arrest them or harm them in a way that there's little or no justification for, or trample their property. And then if you're called on it, maybe apologize and suffer very little consequence. I mean, that's a fairly common experience, I think, in minority communities in America.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
And that's right at the core of stop and frisk.
The previous hour explaining the hows and the whys behind Air America's failure and the state of right-wing media dominance in this country. You did a really good job. And I've never been to your website, but I hope there's a feature on there where people can go, where they can click on highlighted speeches. Have you a feature like that? Highlighted
speeches of whom?
Stuff when you have pearls of wisdom like that you can explain within 2-3 minutes, where people can go who are looking for like your take on things, important stuff of the day.
Well, thank you. We have that, Johnny.
Further educate themselves.
Yeah, we have that. First of all, we have podcasts where people can get the entire program, but for little bits and pieces like what you're talking about, we have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Thom Hartmann, and there's a link to it off our homepage at thomhartmann.com. It's totally free, and every single day, Jim puts up little clips, probably a total of maybe 30 minutes worth of various bits and pieces of the show, and tosses them up on YouTube there where people can watch them. And people do watch them. And so, yeah. You wanted to talk about mandatory voting?
Yeah, mandatory voting and tax exemptions. Mm-hmm. I think mandatory voting is really ridiculous to have. You wouldn't have to have that if you allowed people like me, when you show up at the voting booth, if I don't like my choices, I can enter none of the above and maybe a 20-character explanation of why. And if I pay an extra $5, I get to have a 400-character explanation of why. And tax exemptions? You know, these Republicans in Arizona and New Mexico, Nevada, and Texas, they love giving tax breaks to folks like Walmart and Hollywood film production companies. Why not a tax break to Tesla? Let's see what their reaction is to that.
Well, they actually did give a tax break to Tesla, and they also gave them a low-interest loan, which Tesla has paid back. And it's one of the things that made Tesla possible. Tesla was one of the companies that benefited under President Obama's stimulus program. But I like your idea, and I'm fine with that, by the way. And I like your idea of the penny just dropped for me. What if we were to say, right now, like you get a tax exemption if you have kids, right? Or you get a tax exemption if you have a home mortgage with a bank. So we want to encourage that kind of behavior. What if we give a tax exemption to people who vote? What if by voting you can take $50 off your taxes every year? Or $100.
How about a tax exemption if you finish high school?
Yeah, I'm not sure how you'd do that and how long it would last. But I think with voting, you could do it every couple of years. You would have to demonstrate that you voted, and I'm not sure that our system is, coherent enough. There's enough interaction between local voting and the IRS. And that would get the IRS into the voting databases, and that's going to make a lot of Republicans very hysterical. Interesting. Johnny, always good talking with you. Thanks for calling. Thanks for watching Free Speech TV.